Hello subscribers, today's review will be on the CollectA 2020 Deluxe Megalodon. Now this is a Megalodon figure that needs to be added to people's collections, since most Megalodon toys out there tend to look like generic great white sharks, especially that new Papa one that's coming out this year. Thankfully this CollectA one doesn't look generic, and we will see why. When it comes to detailing for shark figures, most of them tend to have just flat out smooth skin, which is good for shark figure standards, but they could have done better. Thankfully, CollectA took a step forward and added even more detailing for this shark figure. Now, the skin is still relatively smooth, but you can still feel all the little texturing on there. See the huge line right there, the musculature, to show how robust and heavy this animal was. And there's also many injuries on this figure. See on the right pectoral fin, there's an injury. There's one on the tail. There's one on the body. There's even one near the face, to show that this Megalodon has been through a lot. Maybe with conflicts with other members of her own species, or even the giant sperm whale Leviathan, which CollectA should really be making a figure of. Now see, on the underbelly, there's plenty of detailing, because most of the times, for most prehistoric animal figures, the companies tend to ignore detailing for the underbelly. Thankfully, CollectA added some lines right there, to show, the musculature. Now, I'm calling this shark a female. As you can see, there are no claspers, because as we all know, male sharks have the claspers while female sharks don't. Most of the times we get female shark figures, because most of the shark figures I have don't have claspers at all. The only shark figures I know so far that have claspers are the old Schleich great white shark and then the newer one. You can see how well done the head sculpt is. You can open up the jaw and see all of that amazing detailing. So as you can see, there's 2 rows of teeth on the upper jaw, and then 3 rows of teeth on the bottom jaw. Now they are a bit small compared to the rest of the body. As you all know, Megalodon was famous for having huge teeth, which is a good thing about the upcoming Papa one, as it actually has larger, more defined teeth. When it comes to articulated jaws on shark figures, they really don't blend in that well, mainly because there isn't a whole lot going on with their head. As you guys see with other prehistoric animal figures like theropod dinosaurs, or even some other prehistoric fish like Dunkleosteus, they have some unique head designs which helps the movable jaw blend in. So despite all of that, this articulated jaw still looks much better than the one on PNSO's Patent the Megalodon. Moving on to the coloration, so on the top, it's mainly a dark gray, but as you move down to the tail, see it's a bit of a lighter gray with some black tips. And then on the underbelly, as you can see, it's just white with some more black tips on the pectoral fins. Some may call this color scheme generic, but I enjoy it. Most of the time, Megalodon and great white shark figures tend to be a lighter gray color, which I'm kind of tired of seeing, because from some videos I've seen, great whites are sometimes darker gray. So this darker gray color scheme helps this Megalodon figure stand out more. I've seen some people saying that CollectA should have went with a tiger shark or leopard shark patterning, which I say is unique, but it really doesn't suit a huge 50-foot ocean predator like Megalodon. The color scheme CollectA went for suits the animal much more. Now let's do some comparisons. First up is the Safari Ltd 2014 Megalodon, and then this bath toy which boldly calls a Megalodon. Don't believe that this is a Megalodon? Here's the name. So you can see the major difference in the paint job and the detailing with the CollectA one compared to these two smaller ones. The Safari one here is okay, but the paint job is so generic. See, the detailing is so bland, and then the inside of the mouth just looks like a gummy candy. Here are all of the other sea monsters by CollectA. These are specifically the newer age ones. I'm not counting those mediocre ones from CollectA's older days. There's a few I still need to catch up on, like the Attenborosaurus and the Redlichia Rex. But I cannot wait for the Zephactinus and Elasmosaurus to join this group. This will be a fun little comparison. Here's the Schleich Minke Whale, which is a figure I've had for so long. I'm 19 right now, and I think I've had it since I was 3 or 4 years old. From what I've researched, Megalodon attack the tails or the chest cavities of the whales. You can see how nicely they scale up with each other. And speaking of Schleich, here's the Schleich great white shark, which is still one of the best shark figures I've ever seen. And you can see the differences in the body structure, how much more powerfully built the Megalodon is compared to the great white shark. The last comparison for this review will be the CollectA Megalodon next to the CollectA Mini Zephactinus. Well, there you have it guys. This is my review on the CollectA 2020 Deluxe Megalodon. I'd say definitely pick her up. It's right up there with the big PNSO Megalodon as the best Megalodon figure on the market. If I had to give her a rating, I'd say she gets the 9 out of 10. The teeth could have been a bit larger, and that articulated jaw really doesn't look the best. So if you want it, I'd say pick it up on D. Jenkins or Everything Dinosaur. But I say check D. Jenkins first since it's been out of stock on Everything Dinosaur for quite some time. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below of what you think of this Megalodon, and I'll see you in the next video.